Good afternoon. We're here live on Twitch for the off season for the 2031 season. It is time to put a bow on the end of 2031 and look forward to 2032. But in order for us to get to 2032, we have to finish the off season for 2031, which is what we're officially looking at right now. So, this is where we're at. We won the national championship. We're about to see. Honestly, we're about to see how tore up our roster is going to look because I'm expecting absolute chaos. I mean, I know we're going to have a lot of graduating seniors. It's not the graduating seniors that. It's not the graduating seniors that bother me. It's the underclassmen. Because in this game, the underclassmen almost always fucking leave early. So let's see what kind of damage we're looking at. Alright, so it's not as bad as I thought. It's not as bad as I thought. David Henchko is deciding he wants to take his talents into the pro draft. And frankly, I'm not stopping him. He's projected to be a first round pick. I'm not stopping him. Julius Anger is also deciding he wants to go into the pro draft. He's projected to be a second round pick. I ain't stopping him either. I'm like this. If your overall is high enough, if your overall is in the 90s, and you're projected to be a first or second round pick, I ain't stopping you. Now, if you were projected to be a fourth round pick at 92, I might say, hey, come on back, put in another year, get your draft stock up. But no, I'm good. The two quarterbacks deciding they want to leave. Nick DeMarco being I'm just going to say it, being a pussy and deciding he wants to go after he had some run late in the year after Mastard went down. Dude, come on. Why? But let's see if we can get him back. Oh, okay. He decided to stay. Interesting. I think the main reason he decided to stay was because he got to play last year. Now, I'm going to try with Steve Ritchie, but I doubt it's going to happen. And honestly, at this point, even if it does, I may cut him at the end of the. I may cut him in the back half of the off season. Well, depending on what we bring in. But let's see. 'Cause I don't think he'll come back. Okay. You know, there are times when I like being proven wrong, and DeMarco definitely proved me wrong, and Ricci, he proved me wrong too. That's all I can say. Holy shit. All right, so Terrell Hills, they got the graduating class. Oh, good God, we've got a lot of people grad. John Fung, well, I mean, he's graduating as an 84. I would be intrigued to see if he sneaks into the draft. All right, so Craig Rousseau is the only senior who's projected to go into the draft, and he's projected as a fourth round pick. I think he'll go up higher. I think when it's all said and done, I think he'll be like maybe a second round pick. So that's interesting. All right, let's take a look at some of the other Big Ten teams and see who's, well, see what happens. All right, little brother Michigan State has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 players leaving in the transfer portal. 16. Not a surprise. I mean, it's what they've done lately. Nobody's leaving school early, but 16 players are going into the portal. Make of that what you will. Maurice Berlin is projected to be a fifth round pick at corner. I could see that. I could also see him being higher than a fifth round pick too. So we'll see. Minnesota. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we've got a new leader in the clubhouse because I'm at 16 and I'm still counting. 20 goddamn players. Gee, 20. Damn. And it's not like these guys are scrubs either. I mean, the highest rated player that's leaving is an 87 tight end and an 87 tailback. And both of them are sophomores. I'll be completely honest. I'm kind of hoping they land on my portal. I'm kind of hoping that, that they want to give us a look because I would definitely be interested, especially in the tight end Zach Lay. Shit. All right, let's see who else we got here. We got Nebraska. So Dwayne Maggio is deciding he wants to go into the draft. He's projected to be a seventh round pick. I wonder why they didn't try. I've never seen one. I don't think I've ever seen one where persuasion chance was guaranteed, so that's interesting. So they've got 2 wide receivers that are entering the portal, as well as a redshirt freshman quarterback and another freshman quarterback. So damn. Well, that was interesting. They do have a guard, Javier Herrera, who's projected to go in the 5th round as a senior. So, yeah, we'll see. All right, see. Oh yeah, Northwestern is out. Ohio State. Well, what do you know? Timon Provo is leaving early. He's projected to go in the 1st round at quarterback. Not a shocker. John Dial is projected to go in the 1st round. He's leaving too. And his backup, who's projected to go in the 5th round, said bye. Even though he probably would have been a starter, but it is what it is. Seth Edmond is leaving early. as is Carlos Sheets. And then we get to the transfers. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 7. I say only 7, and I mean it, but only 7. That's interesting. Uh, Freshman quarterback Nick Padrino is entering the portal. That's interesting. At this point, I'm not surprised. Uh, Rashawn Stromberg is projected to go in the 7th round as a senior. Eric Trury is projected to go in round 3. George West is projected to go in round 3. Well, I could see that. Hell, I could see him going in round 2. Frank Heyman is projected to go in round 4. I can honestly see round 4, maybe round 3. Zach Gallimore projected to go in round 2. Honestly, I could see round 2, maybe round 1, depending on how deep the wide receiver class is. Taylor Shaw is projected to go round 4. Cameron Swoops round 2. And Chester Rubiello is projected to go in round number 5. Not a surprise, honestly. All right, for Oregon, 2 players are leaving early. That would be Mike linebacker Kaheem Alexander and quarterback Kevin Dodge. Alexander is projected to go in the 1st. Dodge is projected to go in the 2nd. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players leaving early. Backup quarterback Byron Unterrell. A tailback Tuwani. Well, he's citing playing time, so that's interesting. They must have some depth at. Interesting. Let's see. Kiana Shoemaker is projected to go in the 1st round as a guard. Scotty Perkins is projected to go in the 3rd round at linebacker. 2nd round grade for Fanua Smoker at wide receiver. And 1st round grade for Niles Hurd at defensive end. I could honestly see that. Penn State, 2 players are going into the draft early. Round 1 and round 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 12 players are transferring. 12. Including freshman quarterback Eric Holly, freshman running back Terrence Kane. They're losing 3 wide receivers. They're all freshmen. Dwayne Griffin, Daryl Ogden, and man, this is going to be an interesting portal. I mean, it almost always is, but damn, this is going to be interesting. Christian Roberts is projected to go in the 6th round at tackle. That seems like a low grade for me. But hey, we'll see. And that is it. Purdue. Nobody's leaving early, but we have transfers. 15 transfers. God damn. And no graduating senior is projected to go in the draft. Damn. That sucks. The new kid on the block, Rice. No one's projected to go early, but transfers galore, including a punter and a kicker. So we got 1, 2, 3. 20. God damn. 20. Whew. Man, that is crazy. Rutgers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 14. I say that, and it still stuns, it still stumps me. But 14, damn. That's a lot. Okay, let's see. UCLA, Patrick Adili is projected to go in the 5th round, and then we hit the transfers. Another 20. Damn, that's crazy. USC's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players leaving early. Projected to go anywhere from round 1 to round 6. And then 1, 2, 10 transfers. Two quarterbacks, one at 64 and the other one at 73. Two free safeties. I'm just damn. They getting gutted, but just damn. All right, Washington has. Oh, this is going to be interesting. It's all transfers. $17. Damn. Whew. And then Wisconsin. $14. They do have a graduating senior who's projected to go in the 7th. That is Joseph Hale. And 2 more. A corner projected to go in the 6th round, and a defensive end projected to go in the 2nd. Damn. Whew. Let's see. I think that was most of them. Oh, okay. Here we go. Illinois. Oh, the transfers. Only 10, I think. I think I counted that, right? Yep, only 10. Interesting. And no graduates leaving. Indiana. One of their linebackers is projected to go in the 1st round, and he is saying, adios, I am out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 transfers. A wide receiver that's projected to go in the 4th round, and a tackle that is projected to go in the 1st. And then last but not least, Iowa, who is losing 16 players to the portal. And no graduating seniors into the draft. Wow. That is something. Oh, wait. I forget. Last but certainly not least, Maryland. $12 transfers. A tailback projected to go in the 6th round. And that is it. So, yeah. It's interesting. Very interesting. So let's go ahead and move on into the next phase of the off season. Huh. Okay, let's see here. So we've got 3 players at risk of transferring, 2 that we already pushed off, and then 1 for pro potential as a Mike linebacker. Interesting. Recruiting update. Oh, we had a tackle lock us out. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let me go into this and clean this sucker out because I know I need to. Alright, that's looking good already. You know what? Let's schedule him for week 2, and then we'll just hit the pro potential. We'll get to that in a second. Alright, let's go over the draft grid. Draft results. So for us, we had, and Hinchco goes in the first, Anger goes in round 2, Rousseau goes in round 3, Quentin Wing goes in round 6, and Devin Voorhees goes in round 7. So we had 5 players go in the draft. Not too bad. Michigan State had 1. Minnesota had 1. Nebraska had 3. Ohio State had 15. Damn. Oregon had 9. Penn State had 3. Rice had none. Rutgers had 0. UCLA had 3. USC had 10. Washington had none. Wisconsin had 3. Illinois had none. Indiana had 4. 2 went in the first round. Iowa had 1. And that was, hang on, Maryland. And then Maryland had 1. So, not too bad. I mean, Ohio State pretty much, carried the Big Ten in the draft with 20. But damn, that's crazy. All right, so it is Off-season time. We need a tackle. We need a strong safety. I'm pretty sure there are going to be other things that we're going to need, but let's go ahead and get the highlighted ones out of the way. All right, and then strong safety. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and add 2. So we'll go ahead and get these guys recruited real quickly. Okay. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's get some visits scheduled. All right, Parker Davis. Now let's get him week 1. We will go with championship contendership. John Redwine. We will hit him up for, I'd say, athletic facilities. Nick Tanglio. We will hit him up for coach prestige. We'll hit him up week 2. All right, DeAndre Lyons. We'll get him week 3. And we'll go with, we'll go play style. Stephen Johns, we will go conference prestige. And we'll go week 3. Leon Learby, we'll go pro potential, we'll go week 1. Mantra Whitman, we will go pro potential as well, and we'll hit him up week 2. Defensive end, Eric Ennis. We're going to hold off on him. Nothing that he has that's green is in a good category, so we're going to hold off. Jamal Whitaker, we're going to do, oh God, we're going to do the same thing, unfortunately. And then last but not least, Dion Knight. We are going to hit him up for athletic facilities, and we will get him in week 1. All right, so we've got 2 that are left, but we don't have any green flags on them, so that's not looking good. Hang on. So we've got 2 that are ready for visits, and that's it. Okay. Well, everybody else is locked in or being recruited. Damn, I don't know. Let's look at the transfer portal. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know. I need to take a look at the roster and see what I'm looking at, because I don't know who. I honestly don't know who I want to look at here. So quarterback is okay. All right. What about tailback? We're good. Oh yeah, yeah. Tailback we're okay. Wide receiver. Yeah, cause Duckett. Yeah, cause I'm losing 3. Ooh, yeah. I would. We're we're recruiting 2. I'd hit the portal for 3, and then I'd hit the portal on a tight end just for just for the depth. Okay, so wide receiver and tight end for sure. All right, let's see, and then we'll look at the lines here in a minute. All right, let's take a look at what is in the portal as far as wide receivers and tight end. We will start with the wide receivers because apparently there are a lot. And there are a lot that are apparently interested. North Carolina's Rodney Drugama is interested. He has us listed at 8th. Let's see. Honestly, I might be more inclined. Dragama is 6'2", but we've got Josh Matlock has us listed at 4th, and he's from Iowa. And then Missouri's Jared Goodwill. So let's see. Let's add Josh Matlock, and let's go ahead and add Jared Goodwill. We'll make it 4. Tight ends. Let's see. What do we got? So we have 4 that are interested. Tony Fiad, who was from the Miami Redhawks. Minnesota's Zach Way, which oh man, shit, he's number 1. All right, we're putting him on here, and then we'll put Redhawks Tony Fiad, since he has us listed at 2. We'll add those 2 guys. We'll go ahead and get these guys recruited. Get these guys booted and recruited. Try to get as much intel as we can on these guys. Interesting. Okay. All right. So we have, we have 6 spots that we could fill. Now we just need to see, is there anything that we need that we haven't touched yet? All right, what have I not? Let's see. What have I not? Let me see. Let me look at what have I not put any defensive tackle. Let's see, D tackle and free safety. So we don't have anybody on the list for that. And then I would look at our outside linebackers and see what we've got coming back in. So, all right, D tackle, free safety, outside linebackers. All right. Okay, we've got 2. We've got 2 seniors graduating. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say look at I would say look at maybe one or two, depending on where their stars are. And then outside linebackers, we've got one Sam's out, and then we've got a Will. So I'd say two. I'd say one of each. I'd say two outside linebackers for sure, just to see what we got. So the D tack on the outside linebacker for sure. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. Just gonna, yeah, we're just gonna straight up go into the portal. So D tackles and outside linebackers. Got three for the D tackles. That's for the portal. Let's take a look at the actual prospect list. All right, let's see. Still got three. Okay. All right, we'll hit Jamal Haynes. Yeah, Jamal Hines. We'll hit him, and then outside linebackers. We don't have many. I mean, we have two. All right, we'll look at Angelo Veal. We'll look at Angelo Veal. Let's see, where did he come from? Veal came from West Virginia, so that's not too bad. I mean, it's not the most horrible thing in the world. You know what? Let's see if we can get Jamie Carver to come back home. Alright, we're sitting at 32 right now. I'd say we're okay. Alright, let's see. Right now, Notre Dame has the #1 class. 30 recruits in total. 6 5-stars, 24 4-stars. Oof, this is an interesting list. Alright. Alright, let's get week 1 recruiting out of the way, and let's see what we're looking at here. So week 1 of recruiting is officially in the books, and doesn't look like much has changed, which is a good thing, I guess. We'll see. Let's see. Yep, nothing really has changed, so that's good. Definitely. No one's locked us out, so that's definitely a good thing. Alright, so we will go back and look at who is ready for a visit. Those numbers have jumped high. Okay. We're gonna throw 25. We're just gonna throw 25 hours on this, and then for him, I'm just gonna throw 10. I want to get these done. We'll hit him up real quick. We'll do Coach Prestige. We'll do that week 4. Okay, Roosevelt. We gotta wait. Matlock. We'll do playing time. We'll do him. We'll get him set up week 4. Alright, Goodwill. Nope. Alright, playing time for Fayad. We'll do week 4. Veal, brand exposure, week 3. And then Carver, coach prestige, week 4. Actually, shit, let's see what week 2. Let's go ahead and play off of what we got. So Lay, I'm still waiting for something to come up. A couple of guys I'm still waiting on where they're going to be at. And alright, so we are in decent shape. Ooh, we're going to lose Devon Cornell. Apparently, playing time is his biggest issue, so he's going to end up signing with Boise State. Okay. We've got 3. I'm going to go ahead and add another receiver to this list. Actually, let's see. You know what? We're going to go after Larry Dobry. He has us listed at 4th. So we're going to go for him. And then we're going to go after, we need to get a free safety. Alright, we need free safeties. So we're going to lock in 3. Deion Kendricks has he is platinum for adrenaline, which that's damn good. Johnny Gano has silver for adrenaline, which is still good. So, all right. So our prospect list is full. We'll move on into the next week. Let's see what we can get done. We get a commitment from Will linebacker Jamie Carver of Southfield, Michigan. We lose out on 2 recruits, a Sam linebacker, and then Kendricks, the free safety. This is bound to happen. That's why I put as many in there as I did. All right, so we lose Veal. We lose Kendricks. Okay. don't need anything. Let's see. Let's see. Really? Still nothing? Damn it, I'm gonna have to just pick something quickly. Alright, let's go ahead and get him scheduled for week 3. We'll just do academic prestige. Athletic facilities. We'll bring him in for week 4. Tinker. All we can do is week 3, but nothing. Let's see. Playstyle. Well, week 3. And that is it. So all of our visits for weeks 3 and 4 are locked up. We have filled every position we need so far. We just got to get kids signed. That's always the fun part, getting them signed on the dotted line. Well, Martin Roosevelt, who we just made a serious commitment to, he decided to sign on the dotted line. So damn, that was quick. It's not supposed to last too long. That's good. Better chances of running into it. Alright, so Martin Roosevelt has signed on the dotted line, and he's the only one. Oh, we've had some people lock us out. This is going to be interesting. We'll have to see what this constitutes later. So, alright, we are in the final week. Let's see. What do we got going on here? So, Nick Tangelo locked us out. He is in a battle between Iowa and Washington. Good luck with that. Bradley Jefferson committed to Florida. Jared Goodwill, deal breaker being playing time. We have F. He needs B minus. Unfortunately, he's going to sign with somebody else. And that's about it. Let me see. We've got. Oh, damn! Oh, come on, really? This always happens. This almost always happens at the end of the fucking list every goddamn year. Every freaking year it happens. Okay. Yep, every freaking year. Okay. They're just gonna have to make good with what we got. waste my time trying to scout them. This is the last week, so. Alright, final week, and let's see what happens. Let's see what our final head count is going to be. So Josh Matlock signs on the dotted line. Zach Lay signs on the dotted line, as does Parker Davis, DeAndre Lyons, Stephen Johns, Leon Yearby, Mantra Whitman is also signing on the dotted line, Eric Ennis, Jamal Whitlock, Dion Knight, Tony Fiad, Caleb Kilgo, Larry Doby, Matthew Kurtz, Reggie Driver, Glenn Moore, Jerry McGurnan, and Garrett Quincy. And that is the last of it. Whew. So we're going to see where we all end up. So Greg Faulkner signed with Iowa. John Redwine signed with Georgia Tech. Terrell Badgenet signed with Tulane. Notre Dame got Miles Tinker. Jamie Griggs signed with Virginia Tech. Duke got Jamal Hines. Johnny Gano signed with South Carolina. Larry Abanishi signed with Penn State. So in total, we got 27 recruits signed on the dotted line for next year. We ended up with the number 12 overall class, pulling in one 5-star recruit, and that would be defensive end Lamar Cooper. He was the number 1 in the state of Michigan, number 1 defensive end, and number 2 nationally. So, hey-yo. Notre Dame pulls in the number 1 overall class. They ended up signing 6 5-stars, 28 4-stars, and 1 3-star. This is nuts. Alright, let's take a look at position changes, see where everybody flattened out at. I think I got some athletes. Alright, we got 2 athletes, both sitting at 69. Avery Howard would actually do better as a tight end at 76. Or I could put him in at guard, or I could put him in at D tackle and he'd be a 75. So we'll have to look. We'll have to look at what we've got. Alright. And Leon Yearby. His best one would be tight end. Wow. Okay. Yeah, his best position move would be tight end. If not tight end, tailback. So we'll have to look. Let's go ahead and get to you. Let's go ahead and take a look here. That's a tailback. He would be a what? He would be I said he would be a 71 at tailback and a 73 at tight end. All right. So he would actually, damn, he'd actually slide in right behind Zaire Blade. Damn. Okay. That's a 73. So I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Let's go ahead and even this out. So we got 3 left tackles. We got 4 right tackles. So I don't think he would. Okay, that's fine. Left guards, we got 2. Right guards, good God, we've got many. All right, let me see. 82. That is the stopgap. So we'll move you over to the left side. That gives us 3. We still have 3 more to go. I would say we'll move him over. Oh, wait. He's at. Yeah, we'll move him over to the left side of the guard. Okay. So we've got 5 on the right side, 4 on the left. We're good with that. We've got 4 right tackles and 3 left tackles. I think we're okay there. Defensive ends, we've got 5 on the left side, 4 on the right. Well, I'm good with that. Sam's, we've got 3. Will's, we've got a lot. Yeah. All right, what do we got? 77 is the top off. All right. Let's see. What about... Alright, we'll move you over there. Okay. It gives me 4. Do I want to move one of these guys? I could either move him at 66. If I move him to a Mike, he'd be a 67. Okay. He's a 63. Oh, move him to a safety spot, he'd be a 65. Thumper, he'd be a... Sam, he'd be a 64. Alright, let's take a look at the safeties and see. Because we got strong safeties and free safeties. Alright. Free safeties, we've got 4. Strong safeties, we've got 4. He would have been a 65 at both. So he would have been at the bottom for the free safeties. Be at the bottom for either one. And honestly, I don't really feel the need to move him. No. Okay, he's gonna get set down. Yeah. And then, yeah, okay. Okay, so Avery Howard, his best position would either be tight end or D tackle. Maybe a 76 at tight end and a 75 at D tackle. Let's see. We're gonna move him to D tackle. Yep, we're gonna move him to D tackle because he'd be right at the top of our spot for D tackles. And Leon Yerby would be a 73 at tight end and a 71 at running back. So let's see. Yeah, he'd be right behind Blades. 71, he'd be at the bottom. Either one, we're gonna redshirt him. I'd say. I'd say tight end. Yeah, I'd say tight end. Yeah, I'd say tight end. Alright, so that is it for all of the position changes that needed to be made. Coming into this year, George Eckel right now is the top of the food chain at 90. Incoming transfer Tony Fiat is at 89. Alright, so. Alright, we'll see. We'll see how everything goes with training and shit like that. So. Alright, we leveled up another one. Another one. Alright, so. Echo is now a star. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Alright, training results. Echo is sitting at 94. Holy shit. So, Echo is sitting at 94. Bulaga moves up to 92. Those are our highest rated. Incoming transfer, Martin Roosevelt is sitting at 92. He is our highest rated defensive player. Holy. This is going to be interesting. Alright, so for the quarterbacks, Mastard moves up to an 81. He moves up 2 points. DeMarco moves up to a 76. Income moves up to a 78. And Ricci moves up to a 74. Interesting. Echo moves up to a 94. Bulaga moves up to a 92. Sheets moves up to an 84. Hicks moves up to an 81. 80 for Carlos Moham. And then 73 for Kenan Caps. Damian Schultz moves up to a 74. Josh Matlock moves up to an 89. Desmond Ware is an 84. 80 for Steve Stewart. 80 for Camper. 79 for Larry Doby. 78 for Jeremiah Kozier. And 70 for Nathan Cook. Tony Fiat moves up to a 91. Zach Lee is an 88. Zaire Blade moves up to an 86. Danny James took the highest jump. He moved up to a 78. Coates moves up to a 73. Gaines moves up to a 74. I think I am going to let. Yeah, I think when we do the roster cut for JJ Gaines, I think I'm gonna let JJ Gaines go and let him enter the portal. So Dom Venable moves up to an 83. Evan Marshall moves up to a 78, and Ricky Emery moves up to a 75. Issa Cano moves up to an 88. 83 for Sean Kane and Jabari Gastineau moves up to a 73. Jeff Minkins is an 88. Glenn Moore is a 90. 89 for Reggie Driver. 83 for Dalvin Bynum. And 78 for Alec Duckett. Tobias Fournette is an 83. 77 for Eric Clemens. 72 for Bernard Allen. And 71 for Amari Teague. Chris Kynan moves up to an 89. 85 for Walt Shanetsky. 84 for Salusi Chinu. Mustafa Okami moves up to an 84. Steve Paul stays at a 78. Nick Boone moves up to a 75. Clinton Thompson is an 82. 78 for DeAndre Carlson. 76 for Robert Umo. And 73 for James Creasy. 89 for Nathan Watts. 81 for Quandre Springs. Kiki Ha moves up to a 77. 75 for Joe Hunt. Nick Verrett is an 86. 83 for Demore Heron. 79 for Emmett Coffrey. 72 for KJ Landers. Jamie Carver is an 83. 82 for Jerry McCrum. 79 for Brian Littick. 78 for Jason Hicks. And Cameron Aurora is a 69. Rasheem Osborne is an 83. 82 for Garrett Quincy. 76 for Angelo Traynor. Landon Hawkins is a 76. And Terrell Missouri is a 74. Caleb Kilgore moves up to a 91. 82 for Rashad Hendricks. 78 for Zach Costello and 71 for Robert Chick. Martin Roosevelt moves up to a 92. Tim Short stays as an 89. 82 for Morgan Traynor. Oh shit, we're gonna have to, yeah. Joaquin Gardo moves up to an 87. And then, of course, we have an incoming freshman as a punter, so nothing. Should be fun. Okay. That is it for the training results, and we will move on. All right, let's see what we need to do. So we need to cut. It looks like we need to cut 7 players. Okay. So we're going to hit the tight end room first. I said I was going to. Yeah, we're going to send JJ Gaines. We're going to encourage him to transfer. And honestly, I love Darrell Coates, but he ain't really going to see the field. So I'm also going to encourage him to transfer. All right, let's see. For quarterbacks, I'm going to encourage Steve Ricci to transfer. Everybody else is going to stay. I need 4 more. Ken and Caps. We're going to encourage you to look elsewhere. All right. Nathan Cook, we're also going to encourage you to transfer. We already took care of the tight ends. Tackles are good. Guards are good. Oh, wow. Okay. No, that's fine. All right. James Crease, we're going to encourage you to transfer. And then we need one more. Maybe. Let's see what else we got to work with. I don't know. Robert Schick. So we're down to 85. Okay. So I said I was going to make changes if so Rutgers ended up at the bottom. I'm moving them out. They will not be in the Big Ten next year. I'm actually looking at who I want to bring in. Okay, I've made my decision. Boise State is going to be joining the Big Ten Conference. They will be replacing Rutgers this year. It's time to give Boise State a jump up in competition, and they will be joining the Big Ten this year, and they will be replacing Rutgers, who will be joining the Mountain West. It's time. All right, so we're gonna move. I believe we're gonna move. This will be the last piece, and all right, so we are sitting at number 7 in the country right now. Yes, we are sitting at number 7 in the country going into the preseason. So let's take a look at our schedule right now. So right now, we would open the season against FCS Southeast. That won't stand. I refuse to play an FCS school. So that's going to change. We have Kentucky and Liberty as out-of-conference games, which I'm perfectly fine with. We will not play Boise State this year. Okay. That's interesting. I'm actually intrigued to see. All right, what? Okay, I can't look. All right, so let's go ahead and make these changes real quick. So they're out. I'm trying to think who all we might want. How high up the chain do we want to go? Let's see. I would say, I'd say probably maybe a 2 to 3 star school at least. Let's go 3. So we got Arizona State, we got Arkansas, we got Auburn, we got Colorado, we got NC State, we got Missouri, we got Mississippi State, Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Oklahoma State, Pitt, SMU, Tennessee, Syracuse, Stanford, South Carolina, Texas A&M, Tulane, and Virginia Tech. You know what? Let's bring in Tulane. So we're going to start the season against Tulane at home. Conference schedule will start with us on the road at Purdue. We will play Maryland, Penn State, UCLA. Have a bye week, week 6. We will play at Nebraska. We will be going to Kentucky. We'll be playing Washington. Going to Iowa, playing Liberty at home. And then we will play Minnesota and Ohio State at home as well. So, yeah. Interesting. 1, 2, 5. You know what? We got 7 games at home and 5 on the road. Well, let's flip it. We're going to go to Liberty. Yeah, we're going to go to Liberty. We'll flip it and we'll go to Liberty week 11. Either that or I'll open the season on the road against Tulane. I don't know. I mean, I could do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll just open on the road against Tulane. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so before we get ready to wrap this up, preseason top 25. Texas is at number 1. Notre Dame's at number 2. Duke's at number 3. Texas got 40 votes. Notre Dame and Duke each got 3. Florida is sitting at 4. Miami, Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, Oklahoma, and Georgia round out the top 10. Then it is Florida State, Mississippi State, LSU, Virginia Tech, Boise State, TCU, Ole Miss, Indiana, UCF, SMU, Nebraska, Syracuse, Kansas State, Tulane, and South Carolina as your top 25 going into 2032. Preseason All-Americans. George Eckel is a first-team All-American at tailback. Tony Fiad is a first-team tight end. Chris Kierman at defensive end. And then Caleb Kilgore, Martin Roosevelt, and Joaquim Agardio at kicker. That's all first team. Second team, Ontarius Bulaga at tailback. Guard Glenn Moore. Linebacker Nathan West. And that is it. So not too bad. No, hell no. Hell no. Especially once you get down to the defensive side. Alright, so let's take a look, last but not least, at the Heisman watch list for the preseason. So, preseason Heisman watch list. There are 3 running backs and 2 quarterbacks. Tailback from Miami, Prince Ofadiu. He is a 3-year starter with Miami. So, looking good. Quarterback James Gash of Boise State. He is a going on. This will be his 2nd year starting for Boise State. He played for Oklahoma in 2029. He played for Boise State last year, threw for over 4,000 yards, 4,685 to be exact. So, whoo, we'll see. Well, definitely we'll see how good he is in the Big Ten. Evan Bickley, speaking of the Big Ten, Evan Bickley of Michigan State is on this list. He has been with Michigan State for 4 years. 2030 was his best year. He had 1,123 yards. Amar Grubbs of South Carolina is also on this list. He is a 3-year starter with South Carolina. Actually, the last 2 years were his best years. He had 1,165 in 2030 and 1,019 in 2031. Not bad. And then last but not least, Alabama quarterback Josh Cox. He started for Alabama last year. He transferred in from Oklahoma. He played for Oklahoma in 2030. Played for Alabama in 2031. Threw for 4,391 yards, 40 touchdowns, 10 picks. So, we'll see if we can build on that. So, that is it for the Heisman watch list for this year. And that is pretty much, that is going to be it. Like I said in my previous video, this is, for all intents and purposes, this is not the end, but this is a pause on this franchise. I just feel like I have kind of burned myself out a little bit when it comes to this. I just need to I just need a break for a while and just need to rotate some different things in. So, I don't know how long the break's gonna last. It's not gonna be a short break. It's not gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna be back in like, say, 2 or 3 weeks. This is probably gonna be, I would definitely say this is probably going to be at least for this month of March. So, I'm thinking it's probably going to be Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna definitely be for the month of March. Um, I've got two games that I'm buying over the next 2 weeks that I want to get, that I want to work, that are going to be worked into the rotation, as well as NHL 26. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be, uh, excuse me, I'm definitely going to be taking a taking a pause at least for the month of March for this. Um, when I do get ready to bring this back, I will give you guys a heads up. And I will say that when I do bring this back, we will be getting ready to actually start the season. I'll be doing all the scouting and then taking care of the red shirts offline. So basically, when this comes back in probably the month of April, excuse me, when this comes back probably in the month of April, we will be into the regular season for 2032. And basically, once we kind of get started, we'll kind of roll through this, um, and we'll go from there. But yeah, this, like I said, this is going to be the last one, at least for the month, at least for the entire month of March. I'm going to be shifting content, so the content is going to be NHL 26, which is going to be my Be a Pro mode, which I'm gonna let you guys know now. It's gonna be quick. Um, it's gonna be quick. I'm gonna get with NHL Be a Pro. I'm gonna be getting multiple games in on a stream, and when you guys see it, you'll understand. You'll understand why. Um, I'm hoping you guys will. I'm hoping you guys will like the content. Um, I get a lot of, I get a lot of high views from my NHL content on YouTube. So I'm hoping that bringing that content here to Twitch is also going to help out. We'll, you know, we'll keep that going. I will be doing some WWE 2K26 content, and then definitely some MLB The Show. Um, NHL, like the NHL content will probably start. The NHL content will start probably Saturday. WWE content will probably start mm, Sunday or Monday, maybe. It may start the same day. It may start on Saturday. I genuinely don't know right now. But MLB content will probably start. Um, Probably will start about 2 weeks after the game. The early release window for MLB is the 13th of this month, and I'm going to be jumping on the early release window for it. Um, I know that for a fact, but don't. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as. I mean, I know what I'm going to do for content long term for that. Long term, it's going to be a franchise. Um, what team I don't seriously know right now. I I won't know until I actually get my hands on the game and get a chance to play it. But I do know rolling out in the beginning, content is going to probably be like it'll be gameplay. it'll be gameplay between various teams. I may even add a poll on Twitter, with just like a list of like 6 teams, or well, how many ever choice? I don't know the number of choices. I might put up a poll and just kind of give you guys a list of teams and be like, hey, which 2 teams would you like to see on a stream? Actually, that's not a, actually that's a actually shit. That's a good idea. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Um, I'll be dropping that poll for that, next week. Um, yes, yeah, I definitely. I'll be dropping that poll for that content next week. Um, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so like I said, this is the final stream, at least for this month, for college football 26. Um, the streaming content is going to change. NHL, WWE, and MLB The Show will be on deck. Um, I may stream in between before I get MLB 26. I may stream a little bit of Diamond Dynasty content for MLB The Show 25, just to kind of, really just to kind of add some, flavor. But I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. Uh, anyway, I want to thank you guys for following along as you always have, and well, I will see you guys with the new content on starting Saturday. Um, and I look forward to the new content rollout, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys with the new content rollout. And until then, I will see you guys later. Y'all have a great day.